Our words might introduce a person to Christ who doesn't believe, but it is our actions and their investigation of the facts that will bring them to Christ. Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 6-day reading plan, today's reading is John 4, verses 39 through 54, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, the most important part of bringing somebody to Christ is not necessarily what you say, but it is what you do that speaks louder than your words. Your actions will help people get the idea that you really mean what you say. Verses 41 and 42 make it clear that it was Christ's compelling actions that brought the Samaritans to himself. In verse 42, the word translated know comes from the Greek word to see. They not only heard what he said, but they saw who he was. So we need to look at our lives and evaluate how we are presenting ourselves to others. Are we just like everybody else, or are we different? If so, how are we different? And what is it that we are saying that demonstrates our difference? Because people observe our actions and they speak louder than our words, we need to be very careful in everything that we do. We cannot just do some things because everybody else does them. The television programs we watch, the internet websites to which we go, and even how we interact with people will be seen as greater evidence of our relationship with Christ than just our words alone would be. And when we lead people to Christ, it is important that they go and tell people about their experience as soon as possible. This will solidify in their minds what they've done and give them a firm foundation for moving on. But we cannot just leave them alone. Notice that here in verse 43, Jesus stayed for a couple of days and stayed with them and talked with them and gave them more assurance and solidified their faith. That's exactly what we have to do. We cannot just introduce somebody to Christ and then leave them to dangle in the wind, so to speak. We need to become their mentor, their discipler, and their guide so they will grow strong in Christ. This might change the way that you talk to people about Christ. Actions speak louder than words. Make your words confirm your actions, and your actions confirm your words.